So we all know now that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, and we all know now why Donald Trump has been trying to push this stupid Russia conspiracy theory saying Obama was trying to steal the election. It's insane. And the White House did a blitz on it, and I have all the clips. I have Donald Trump just basically putting it all out there, saying why they're doing this. And then I also have Donald Trump's own press secretary going against this whole very thing. And also Tulsi Gabbard, of course, said something contradictory to this 4 years ago before she, sold her soul to the devil. But first, here is Donald Trump just saying out loud why this is all happening.
And remember, don't let them forget, it's so important, Obama cheated on the election. Look, the camera just went off. Obama, the red light just went off. Can you believe these people, how bad they are? Obama cheated. When they give you all the nonsense, Obama cheated and his people cheated, but he was there. You ever hear this? They talk about, if they ever even mention it, they never mention his name. Just the opposite with me. But they only mention my name. They don't mention any of you guys. They don't mention Tom. They don't mention Steve. They don't mention our great speaker. They mention Trump all the time. I'd like to have them mention you. But remember this, Obama cheated on the election. And we have it cold, hard, blue, and it's getting even more so because the stuff that's coming in is not even believable. So, and you should mention that every time they give you a question that's not appropriate. Just say, oh, by the way, Obama cheated on the election.
Hear that? Every time they give you a question that's not appropriate, that means every time they ask about Epstein, talk about Obama. Okay, well, thanks for letting us know why the White House did this whole push. And they did do a whole push. Here's what Tulsi Gabbard said about Obama. This is insane.
It's a brief summary of the details that you'll find within the House Majority Staff's report in their investigation into the Obama-directed January 2017 intelligence community assessment that leads us to the very same conclusion that we announced in the release of our documents on Friday. The implications of this are far-reaching and have to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. It has to do with an outgoing president taking action to manufacture intelligence to undermine and usurp the will of the American people in that election and launch what would be a years-long coup against the incoming president of the United States.
It's like up and down, up is down and down is up. I mean, Donald Trump, she could be talking about Trump. That's literally what he did in 2020. Of course, Obama didn't do that, but she knows that. And here's what she said here, because she can't answer the questions that reporters ask. Like, why did Marco Rubio exonerate Obama, who is now, of course, Donald Trump's Secretary of State?
The committee spent several years looking into this and unanimously agreed in a bipartisan fashion, Secretary of State Rubio was a member of that committee, that there was no political interference. There was a years-long Justice Department investigation into this as well that also concluded no political interference. So help us, from a 50,000-foot level, explain, what do you now have that refutes those two?
Sure. I will encourage you, in my role as the Director of National Intelligence, my job, again, as I said when I came into this role, was to make sure that we are telling the truth to the American people and that we are ensuring that the intelligence community is not being politicized. So
she just keeps on going. She doesn't answer. She never answers the question. She never answers. Now, she knows that there is no there. Here's what she said about Russia interfering in the 2016 election.
I think when you're talking about, and there's so many, I don't know, I'm kind of going in a few different directions here with these social media giants, how they're being misused to further certain agendas in different ways. But when you're talking about like these Russian troll farms that you mentioned, what is missing from all of the news coverage around this and all of the outrage about how this foreign country is trying to influence our elections, which is wrong and which the American people need to be aware of where this information is coming from, is the fact that and you're saying, why does somebody do that? Well, because this country does want to influence who we're electing, right?
Yes.
Like, we'd rather work with this person. We know that person's not going to be nice to us. The United States has been doing this for a very long time.
Sure.
In countries around the world, both overtly and covertly, through these kinds of disinformation campaigns, not even counting like the outright regime change wars, we're going to physically take you out. And I think it is very hypocritical for us to be discussing this issue as a country without actually being honest about how this goes both ways. So yes, we need to stop these other foreign countries, and Russia's not the only one. There are others.
Oh, Russia's not the only one. Okay, well, what changed, Tulsi Gabbard? Suddenly, that's not true? She was asked why Donald Trump didn't declassify this stuff in his first term, and she didn't have an answer for that either. Also, notice how, God, she's really aged. I mean, I'm not trying to be ageist, but like I feel like being evil just weighs on your spirit, and that seeps into your skin.
Gabbard, you declassified these documents, if I'm not mistaken, Friday of last week, correct?
We released them on Friday of last week, the first tranche, yes.
This isn't the first time that President Trump has been president of the United States. He was president from 2017 to 2021. Couldn't the prior DNI under President Trump have declassified these documents? And why didn't that DNI do that at that time?
I can't speak to what happened there. There were several DNIs under the first Trump administration. President Trump faced many challenges from those who were working in the government who sought to undermine his presidency. That's been clearly detailed. What I can speak to is the fact that this was one of the first things that we started to investigate here within this Trump administration. And
No answer. No answer. Are you getting a theme here? Are you getting a theme? It's because there's nothing there. Mehdi Hassan said, she literally said, an outgoing president tried to usurp the will of the people after an election had taken place. Up is down, hot is cold, black is white. Can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Tulsi Gabbard also said that Hillary Clinton was using tranquilizers. This is our government.
high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
It's just beyond parody. It's beyond parody. It is, I don't even think it's dystopian. It's just comedic. I just cannot believe we're talking about the 2016 election. It's been 10 years. Are we going to have to relive this fucking election for the rest of our lives? Can't we let it go? And of course, it's all a lie. It's all a lie. Now, here is Sarah Huckabee Sanders saying just that.
It's very clear that Russia meddled in the election. It's also very clear that it didn't have an impact on the election.
What is going on in my life that I'm wishing that this woman was back, that we were back then in 2018 than where we are now. That's how bad things have gotten. Mike Johnson was asked about this too. He was asked about it, and he said that he basically agreed that, you know, there was a coup and that it was with Russia and Obama, and it's all just to do what? Have us not talk about Epstein. But we're not going to not talk about Epstein. Whenever they try to distract, we're just going to go back to Epstein, which is what they don't want us talking about. So all of this is one big distraction. They don't have answers for anything because it's all made up lies that they're trying to just create some sort of story that the right wing can run with. Unfortunately for Donald Trump, the right wing is very interested in the Epstein files, and whether or not you want them to come out, more and more information is going to leak, and the House is going to vote on it. They're going to vote on it. What you wanted to delay it until September? Fine. Now we're going to talk about it even more. But you're in those files. The Wall Street Journal says so. Pam Bondi told you, even though you lied and said that you didn't know that. And we're going to find it out. So this is all one big distraction. And frankly, you look like clowns. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll see you next time. Bye.